Moments ago, NBA legend Dennis Rodman responds to his daughter's claims that he's been a deadbeat father for most of her life. That's right, y'all. Now, again, for those who may not know, Dennis Rodman's daughter, Trinity, she sat down on a podcast recently, and she went in on a relationship between her and her father, Dennis Rodman, According to Trinity, she says Dennis is just a person. He's not a dad, maybe by blood, but nothing else, She continued on speaking about the time her and her mother made attempts to live with Dennis, She says, we tried to live with him, but he's having parties 24/7, bringing around random women. My mother didn't want it. She was strong enough to deal with it because even to this day, I still believe that my dad hasn't loved anyone after my mom. Trinity then went on to say, before the divorce happened, my dad was actually helping money-wise. He would actually give money to my mom and let us live life a little bit. But when the divorce happened, it was just like, F you guys. We're getting enough money to pay rent barely. My dad likes to be in control, so he would like to take us shopping, get us phones, Me and my brother are like, we don't want to go shopping. We just want money to go to get in and out after school with our friends. All right, now moments ago, Dennis Rodman took to IG to respond to his daughter Trinity's claims that he's been a deadbeat father for majority of her life, For those who missed what Dennis had to say, check out this post here. I'm sorry I wasn't the dad you wanted me to be. But either way, I still tried and I still try and never will stop. I will keep trying, even when you're being told as an adult not to respond to my phone calls. I will try, even when it's difficult and it takes a long time. I'm always here and I tell you all the time, whether it's your voice or voicemail, how proud I am. Always had one wish, and it was I wish my kids would call me and come see me. Hopefully one day I can get that. I'm here and I'm still trying to pick up the phone. You have my number. You see me calling. I'm still here. Dennis Rodman, Dad. FYI, I watch you play all the time. I actually flew in to watch you play and was told not to show up because of who I was with instead of me just wanting to support you. So I watched you from my hotel balcony just to make everybody happy. I love all my kids. All right, now again, that was Dennis Rodman responding to his daughter Trinity's claims that he's been a deadbeat father for majority of her life. Now again, if you haven't seen this full clip of Trinity speaking on her father in their relationship, I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so you can watch the full episode in its entirety. Now I will say after watching the clip, Trinity says she's still open to having dialogue with her father, and hopes to get past whatever issue that's holding their relationship back, father and daughter. And honestly, I hope that happens, I will admit I'm not a fan of airing out family issues on social media, let alone podcasts, However, we are in different times, People would rather turn to social media, or public platforms rather than suffer in silence. You get what I mean? So I understand, And we also have to be honest when saying we're not privy to all of the information, All of the issues between Dennis and his family, and rightfully so. We don't need to know all of the particulars, as they would say. I will say I'm just hopeful that they do get past whatever issue that's holding them in their relationship back, because again, like I said, man, we all have family, we all have issues, and it's sad once we see it air out on social media, on public platforms, man. That's when everybody feels like they get to chime in and tell you what they think is best, when in reality, the only thing I hope for is that Dennis and his daughter can have that conversation, and hopefully this moment can bring them together much closer. You get what I mean? That's the only thing I ask for and hope for. But y'all let me know. What are your thoughts on Dennis responding to these claims? Again, do you agree with some of the issues that his daughter put out there in this podcast? And also, what are your thoughts on Dennis's response as well? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But again, that's all I got for y'all today. My name is SenseiRip. Till next time, peace.
Y'all know the MREC room etiquette. Peace. You now tuned in to MREC TV.
What if someone wasn't on protocol?
There are consequences.
South Kingsley Carmen. This your boy, Reggie Curl, you know what I'm saying? This is my cousin, Stroncho, you know what I'm saying? We coming by.
No, I know me, old you fuck with lambskin condoms.
I don't even want my man to eat my because I eat meat from Aldi's. The wrong with you? Aldi's, you should eat this. We don't know what the that meat is. No!
For real, I heard a nigga get in prison. That's not the part about it. The part about it is he had the audacity to ask me why I ain't helping him. I said, it ain't no point of both of us get.
I step up, look him right in his eyes. He go to pat me down. Pop, 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 pop. $20, homeboy. I'm like, no sir.